Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Wild Wednesday at Melody Maid. I'll tell you, I've been excited all week because I didn't get to do last week's live. I was out of town. So today I made sure to put some really big effort into some plans. So this is a stencil that I bought over 2 years ago. And I tended to really love to use it with alcohol ink, as you can tell. It's almost art within itself, in my opinion. I mean, look at that. It's gorgeous. But I dug it out because I haven't used it in a long time. You know how you use something and then you get distracted by the next shiny thing? Well, that's what happened to me. But I thought, wait a second. Let's go ahead and dig this out, see what we can do with it. I may not even be able to create what I used to create with it due to lack of uh, practice lately, but I'm going to try. So I cleaned my plate with baby oil and a cotton washcloth. This texture gives me a good grip to get what I want off, and paper towels would leave little balls of fibers, and so I don't want that. So inexpensive baby oil and a old washcloth. So, and I've used this one over and over and over. Eventually it'll go into the washer, but not for a while. So the plate now has a nice, moist, almost, hi, Angie. It's nice to see you, sweetie. Has a nice, moist, kind of a sticky feel to it. So the stencil is really grabbing it, right? And that's important when you do this technique. So this technique is where I'm going to put this stencil down and I'm going to use some alcohol inks and then I'm going to pull it off with paint, right? Acrylic paint. So we'll have alcohol inks and then a background. So we'll see how that works out. I wanted to work with greens today. My today's session is definitely limeade. Is definitely oh, I want to say tributed. You guys know what I mean. Anyways, in honor of my friend Deb Farrell, I might have to get a pair of pliers. Um, because she has decided to introduce me to the world of green. So I went and got some paints. Right, look at this one. I got two paints because that's all they really, well, three. That's all they really had. But I had to just work with what I could get a hold of, right? So I have Palmetto, which I know is not lime green, but I really liked it. I thought it was a nice neutral. This one is neon fluorescent thermal green. Look at that green. And then this one is citron green. And I don't know if you guys have been to the stores lately to buy paint. It's not easy. There is a lot of empty spots. So yeah, just trying to work with what I could find. But I thought I would work with some green of my alcohol ink and see what I could figure out. So what I want to do is I want to put this on here, right? And then I'm going to move it around a bit so that it gets into those spots a little more evenly. I'm not going to use a brush or anything that could soak up the paint. I'm just going to move it around and it's going to change. It's going to change my, oh, it was, so I did take pictures and put it on Instagram though. Hi, Christina. My girls. Hi, ladies. I appreciate you being here. So this is Limeade Alcohol Ink. And I am working with it heavier today than I would normally because I want to share with a couple people that were thinking I needed some lime green in my life, right? So this is my attempt at bringing it into what we do here, right? So there's that. I'm going to put this one away. I got to bring in some other colors. Now, on the other side of this, that's the green side. This is the way I store my alcohol inks, and it's messy because they ended up, they were perfect until I ended up taking them out to the garage to the resin area. Now, let's bring in some tealy green because I think that will complement really well. I have Mermaid here, and then this one too, Stream. That one's a little bit greenier. Let's do the, oh, I'll tell you, because my niece and I are using this stuff with resin out there, it's really, I don't know. I'll use them up, buy new ones. Then I'll keep separate, right? That's what I'll do. I'll keep separate inks for separate projects. Let's see if I can get this smeared around. Did everybody get to see the blue box video? That was fun. Got to check it out if you haven't seen it. I think it's Fridays that they come out. I'm going to check again and see if I can get another one this next Friday. That would be fun. But I did one over here, right? Yeah, I did. Didn't move it around though. There we go. Now, what we need to do is find. Hi, Dorcas. How are you, sweetie? Playing around with some alcohol inks. Let's get some purple in here. We're going to, Dorcas knows because she's going to be working with it. This is the image that is in my boho digital kit on melodymade.com. I made that kit based on images that I created with this stencil and this technique. And it was fun. Okay, so there's the purple. Let's get the purples in here, in here, in here. If anyone has any questions, and I'm not seeing you, maybe throw it in caps or something. I'm going to look up as often as I'm going to leave that one to variate it a little bit. The stencil is stunning, isn't it? It was one of, oh, as you can see, it is so well loved, but it was one of my favorites for a whole year. I did a lot of designing around this stencil, and then I made them into digital kits, and it all just went so well. It really was beautiful. I try to get some of that in there. Okay, so what I want to do is put some orange in there if I can find my orange. Actually, I'm not even seeing my pink one, so I have blue. Oh, it's still over here. I didn't grab them all. I have 3 of these containers, and that helps me be able to keep my colors separated and also in the easy to find. This is Valencia, and I'm going to put this in this area. I'm going to try to clean off my thing because I'm getting some muddiness, and that's going to be okay because you know what? I'm going to embrace whatever comes out of this. We're not gonna expect too much, and we're not gonna get disappointed if we don't get what we want. Right? We're just gonna be happy with what we see. See what I can get, where I can get it. And there we go. So now, what you have to do when you're working with alcohol ink on the jelly plate is you have to let that dry. You have to let that dry. So I'm gonna leave these colors out in case we decide to do something else. And that way, if I get a couple of different pages, right, I could maybe make up a new either a freebie or a digital kit or something. You never know. Let's see. I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm going to put some alcohol on it. Uh-oh. Right here. And then wipe all of that off of there. See how it just comes right off? No problem. Oh, Dorcas says she's really bad at working with alcohol inks. It is. Hi, Kim. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you, sweetie. You know, alcohol inks are a labor of love, acquired taste. You really have to work at it to understand what they do. And not only that, what they do, but how they work with the other products that you're using, right? So UPO paper, if you're using that, photograph paper, if you're using the jelly plate, it's a lot of ups and downs. So I can pull this off, and there you go. There's our image, and then here is what this looks like. And I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to do this on an envelope, right? But we got to let that dry another second, and then we got to decide what I did. I'm pretty happy with this. Look at this. I created, so where all my neutrals, these are the type of colors that I pull images up with. That, and then if I don't want a color, I use this, right? We've talked about this a few times. And I'm sorry my camera is showing everything backwards. This is Liquitex Acrylic Mediums Gloss Medium, okay? I use this a lot. I use these a lot. Back in the day when I made that kit that Dorcas is going to be working with, I think I either pulled it up with antique white or there was a tan one, this trail tan maybe, but it really gave it I'm going to try it. We'll see. But there's also natural buff in the Americana that I used to use a ton. So not only am I telling you this stuff, but I'm also giving that a chance to dry. Now, this will stain the plate for a little while, but that's okay. It'll come up in several of my future polls. That's why I thought, well, let's do this first, and then we'll see what we can do. I do need to create something blue today because I got to get ready for next month's Joya Blue collab. But for right now, this is what we're going to work with. So I am going to roll this on here. Oh, that's awfully dark. I'm going to lighten that a little bit. I am going to lighten that a little bit. I don't want it quite that neutral, that deep. Let's see if I bring in. So now this will be bad because I can't even say, oh, use this color, because it's going to be a combination of 6 colors. So I'm getting just lighter, 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 and then I'm going to blend them all together. And then it'll be a little bit variegated. Okay, so my sprayer is, you're working on something, Angie. I'd love to hear what it is, sweetie. There we go. There we go. Now, if you've watched me before, you know I tell you, you need to be able to see the ink through your background, right? What I've covered it with, but you also can't take off too much. So that, again, is a balancing act. Now I'm going to try to get this to where this lands on here in a very nice way, but we'll see. I always brayer the back with my leftover paint. It's just one of my little quirky things that I do. It's definitely not a technique that is mandatory by any means, but to roll it off is important in its own way. Okay, so now I'm going to press the edges. Oh, I'm so excited. Is everyone else excited? Do we need a drum roll? Da, 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 da. There's our first pull. Now, this got really muddy on me, right? So I got to be really careful. But the blue, stunning. Stunning. This is muddy, but you know, some people's mud is other people's beauty. So what do you do, right? This is kind of nice, but I got some underneath the stencil a little bit, so I lost some of my definition. Again, it's just what it is. This area didn't pull up. It's still on the board. I don't know if I didn't press well enough. Same here, but that's okay because what it looks like to me is like it's worn off, you know, like old wallpaper or old paint on a brick wall or something. So there's that one. Now we still have a little bit of stuff on here. So what we want to do is start having some fun with some light colors. Let's go ahead and put this on here. Then we'll start breaking it up, and then we'll put a darker color, and we'll see what we get. We don't know. You know, it's just a surprise, a fun little mystery. So there's that. Then what I'm going to do is put a little bit of this in there. It'll go with the look of the stencil, those little marks in there. So we're going for a neutral. This one is a nice neutral, but it has the pop on it. Now I'm going to create something that I pull up that would be just a page that would go with this. So you see the background there? It'll have that similar feel, but it will be different. So I did well, I'll do those next time. I need to focus. There's so many things, ladies, that I'm so excited to do, and I need to just keep them to where I'm doing them, you know, a little bit at a time. Okay, so now again I'm going to pull this up with an envelope, but I'm going to put another color down, and I'm trying to decide if I'm going to, what color was in my print that I could pull from. Do you think that this color goes well enough with that color? I wonder. Let's try it. You know, we don't know until we try, but I like the green in there. Like I said, we wanted to, that green did not turn out lime at all in my project, and that's okay. We'll do something else that gets us the color we're looking for, but I was trying. So we're going to take this green, which is a really pretty pretty green. And we're just going to put this over this so that it has something to show through the marks that we made there, right? So there we go. So now we have that green in there. Okay, so now I'm going to put the envelope on there right about the center. And I'm going to do my hands first this time because I don't think I got it braided just quite well enough last time. But there is no failure in art, right? That's what they say. Hi, Belinda. Oh, I'm sorry. Having trouble with the internet speed. I'll tell you. Jennifer in I was going to say Alaska, but she's in Australia. She was out of internet for 4 days, I think. And then everybody, Texas has been going through so much. Okay, here we go. Pulled up quite a bit better. So this is like a fractured background, right? That just has some. You see the print in there? We get some of it, a hint of it. Right? And then we got just that part that didn't pull up the last time. So that would be a background page. So these two pages could go in the same journal, you see, but this one would be more of like you would layer up on this one. So let's do one more with that same feel. And to do that, I am thinking we need to come back with this darker color. So let's put this one down, but we'll put it down straight with no lightening up. This is like a fawn, really light tan brown. Good background color. Okay, so it's time for me to turn my page over. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring in those same techniques that I was using. Start with this one. There we go. Then move to this one. I'm just going to put that one on the corner edge of it a little bit, not necessarily break it all up. Just give it like a vignette thing. Anyways, you know me. You know me. Okay, so we're going to bring that green in again because that's the color that's going to connect all of these together, right? Because you can get pretty wild as long as you have some of something in each image. There we go. So that will show through the marks that we made. And those two colors work well together. This one's going to be a little bit damper and thicker, but we're going to just make it work. We are going to. We got this, ladies. All righty. Okay, now I'm going to push it down. Okay. And there's another background. Right? So we have, and this is how I do when I do my jelly plates that are going to turn into digital kits. I have the ones that are backgrounds, the ones that have a little more noise in there, and then the ones that are a focal point. So these three will get set aside. They will get scanned in and see what I can manage with them. I might need to make more, might do some things digitally. You never know. So I'm going to put this on here. I'm going to start going towards using the whole plate. I have some packing paper over here that I want to use. And so I'll show you. We'll continue with light colors for a little bit for that. So I'm trying to break up that edge so that it doesn't look like it's just an absolute, frame around there. That would bug me. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and put the alcohol inks away for now. We can always bring them back if we decided to. It's one of those things that the alcohol inks really need to go down first and then paint on top, and then you kind of stop unless you want to clean your plate to bring back the alcohol ink. They don't necessarily play well together. Trying to figure out which one of these is which one, right? Okay, figured it out finally. Make sure those lids are tight so that they don't leak. And then one green one, and then I set it aside and we move on. That's drying a little bit, so when I put the next layer on, that will stay very detailed. It won't blend around so much. Alrighty. So what I have now, I'm trying to decide, do I want to stay in that vein, or let's just get this green out and start going that direction and see where it takes us. Because I do not and have not worked with this color, which means I don't, in my mind and hand memory, have experience to what color to go next. You know what I'm saying? Where'd my brayer go? Boy, I'm good. I can lose anything. So that's the thing, is that I just have not worked with it, so I don't know what colors will go best with this. So we are really going to throw this out there. But do you see how we kept all our squares? Because we let that dry so much. Lots of squares in there. So there's our lime green. I have kind of a tan neutral color underneath there. Now what goes, I don't know. See, she wanted me to I bought 3 new reds, 3 new greens. This one is cardinal red, lipstick red, and berry wine. Then I got this one because I thought that was beautiful. Vivid violet. I probably already have it. I think I would like it so much. Now she look what she talked me into buying. I ended up buying a big black, big one. So see if I can not get this all over my nails. There we go. Kind of. There we go. Okay. So we have black, and I'm wondering, maybe if we break this up, we could put a layer of black in there. See, this is going to be completely out of my comfort zone. So if this doesn't turn out well, just know that it's because my instincts aren't vibing with it yet. But I will figure it out. All I got to do is practice a little bit. Right, and it's probably good to see me do something out of my comfort zone, so that you're not just seeing me. Like, there's a lot of times I can do this stuff and I don't even have to think about it. I just know what I want to grab next, or what would be good to grab next. Okay, so now we want to take a lot off with that, because I don't want there to be a lot of black. I want there to be the kind of black that is a hint of black, right? So now normally I grab a piece of paper. Then I try to get some of that up out of there, which isn't going to work. Well, it's working a tiny bit. I don't know. Maybe it'll be enough that it just did that, right? So we now have green dots and black dots. And let's do this. Now I've got to figure out, you guys, a contrast color. So I've got tan, I've got green, I've got black in there. Where is Deb when I need her? Dorcas, Christina, tell me, do I go blues, purples, more different greens, or do I go red? Or I'm a little bit lost. I look at it now and it's kind of cool on its own, although I don't have anything that it would fit into. Doesn't mean that it's not an awesome image. And because I could pull it up with clear, but there would be a lot of white. Wherever you don't see, color, that would be white. So I just don't know if that contrast would be what we're looking for. So, and I'm thinking another color might be the way to go. Let me see. Oh, and I bought 2 new stamps for this. Green, Kim says. Copper. Oh, great ideas. Copper, green, gold, metallic. Yay. Look at these. We're going to use these after we get done with this. These are so cool. I'm so excited. Okay, so that'll be easy enough. All I got to do is look over beside me. Which side? I'm not sure. Right here. And I will put in, let's go crazy. Let's go crazy and do a turquoise green and a gold because I don't see my copper, and I'm just trying to not leave you guys hanging too long. I know the suggestions are so fun. Thank you, ladies, because I was at a loss. It's like, I don't know. I know what I know, right? I can do what I can do because I've practiced it and honed in on that. But after that, this isn't really green though, Kim. But we'll get this in there, just see what it does. You could always add some more green, but we're gonna just do it like that. We don't want it to be a whole layer. You're like, who's we? I'm sitting here telling everybody what we want, right? So there's things though that I can do that I'm excited about. Like I have these stencils that were really long, and I thought about, because I cut them up, I thought about doing this, and then when you put a piece of paper over it, you would just pull up a little bit of that. You see that? So there's just that little hint of letters in there, not a full on. It's going to be like maybe graffiti or something. There's that. Okay, so we added that. That's fun. Now let's bring the metallic in. This is antique gold. Those stamps are awesome, aren't they? And the voices. I know, huh? I'm hearing voices. It's funny because I can hear some of your voices because I have talked to some of you. That's funny. And then I just make up fun voices for the rest of you. How's that? Okay, so the gold again is just going to be an accent background color. We're going to do this just like that. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so fun. Thank you, ladies. You always make me feel so inspired. Now I am going to pull this up on packing paper, even though it would probably look better on white. I do need to use the packing paper, so I'm just going to do it. Okay, so let's move things around just the tiniest bit so that I have some space. And then I'm going to do this. I can always scan this in, or if this print doesn't work for me, I may use the back of it. You never know. There's that. And then what I do is sometimes I'll do that. Okay, so that one can just pretty much go in the garbage now, or whatever I decided to do with it. Here we go. Ready? Now, there we go. You see the texture in there? You still have the squares. You have some of the letters. I think it would have looked better on white. So I'm going to try to do something similar, and then we'll pull it up with white. Okay, ladies? So we had the tan. We don't need the tan, but let's get that green back down there. Let's get back to the greens. Back to the greens. That was a fun color to get in there. It's a little bit translucent, which I wish it was a little more opaque, but it's neon, so I guess that's part of the problem, huh? Might be the way neons work. I don't work with neons that often, so it's not something that I know. Beautiful grunge. I agree. Okay, so there's that. Now, that's still a little bit damp. I'm thinking I might have to maybe put something on top of it. I have this that came out of packaging. You see that? So I might lay that down and see if it picks up any paint and what it does. I don't even know what it'll do. If anything, it'll just break it up a bit. There, just broke it up a bit. Okay, so then we went to the teal, and then we went to, no, we had black. Sorry, can't forget the black. Black. There we go. I'm going to get some black on this brayer. Is everybody having a fantastic February? I'll tell you, between the weather, everybody has a lot to talk about lately, don't they? I live in Oregon, and we get snow every 5 years, and we got snow and ice, and like my husband couldn't even pick up my prescriptions. It was so shut down. You'd think we'd have never had snow and ice in our lives. So again, you know why I'm doing this, right? And if you don't, ask me. I'm always going to put something down to break it up to give it the texture, the next new layer that needs to be in the image, right? Because when I look at an image when it's done, I want to see depth. I want to see things that are so deep in there that I forgot that I put it down, right? Forgot I put it even put it in there. Okay, so then after the black, which I'm not going to get rid of that black because I'll use it. Set it up here on the laptop. You guys will hold it for me. The snow is melting today, Christina says. Awesome. Have some peppermint tea here. Hanging out with good friends. I'll tell you, this one's about done. I'm going to have to get a new turquoise. I think I bought a larger one of these because I had planned on using. So this is good. It's good to get an empty container. Hey, does anyone ever watch makeup videos or household videos where they show the empty containers, the things that they used till it was gone? I was thinking about doing that with art supplies that I work with. Like if I did that this month, I would show this, right? And it'd be like, yeah, I used that whole container. And that's not something that we necessarily do every time we buy it. We don't necessarily, a lot of times, if we don't use something enough, it'll dry up. And then that's a mess. Okay, so and then what did I do? I think I did these. I don't care. Sometimes I'll try to do them backwards. Sometimes I'll try not to do them backwards, but it doesn't really matter. So I'm just grabbing, like I said, just scrap paper over here. I'm going to try to pull up the letters so that there's a mark. Ooh, this is going to be pretty. This is going to be pretty. I'll be better pulling it up with the white. Okay. So now I'm going to set this one aside. And then this is awesome. Can you imagine collaging with that? I would have thought you would get it constantly. No, we're in the valley. We're in the valley of Oregon. Like if I was in Eastern Oregon, I would get it every year. I used to live in Bend where we got it every year. This is a styrofoam piece that I took a hot iron to and made different sides. I made different textures. This again was packing material. So I'm just going to put some of that in some of the places that it's really heavy, so that we have another texture in there, right? So then, but over here where I am, I'm in a valley, and in the valley we don't, so I think gold is next. But let's do two things. I've got regular gold and I've got this buttered yams. I don't think so. I'm trying to get into this container and it's mostly covered, so I'm trying to dig out of here. What I was thinking that I want is like a metallic, right? Like this one. It's in the high 60s today. Oh, yeah, as long as the sun is out, which isn't something that Oregonians are very used to in anything but summer. The sun is very reclusive in the summer, or in the fall and winter, and fall, winter, and spring. Sorry, guys. Okay, so there I got some of that metallic in there. Okay. And now I'm going to do what? What am I going to do? We could bring this in. Remember this from last week? I'd love videos on making your own jelly plate stamps. Oh. So like this thing, or what kind of stamps, Chris? Because I'm not sure. I've done this one. I did, like I said, with the hot iron, but you could have done it with a serrated knife probably. Then I've made this out of toilet paper rolls, and I made this out of cardboard, and I made this one I use a lot out of candy. So we could definitely, yeah, the styrofoam. I think I still have, oh, you know how it is, where though. Those pieces came like this, and I cut them in half, and I made two of these. which of course I don't know where the other one is now. So I think I still have one that I haven't actually done anything with. So when we pulled that off, or even these, what would go with this? The gold. Boy, I do love that green in there. She is so right. See, I've been enjoying the yellows, so I didn't think to go towards green like that. That is such a beautiful contrast in there, right in here. And you see that little pop of, oh, that's awesome. So now I got to figure out what to pull this off with, and then I want to pull it off on white paper, which I'm going to grab right here. So I have my white paper ready, and I think I'm going to pull it off maybe with the creamy green that we did that one with. The reason it even matters is two things. One is that it will blend a little bit, and the colors of the year, yellow and gray. Yes, I was thinking about that. What could I do about that? Because that's a tough combination for some of the things I do. The colors of the year. I don't want this to tone down my blue. I don't want it to change it. So I'm almost thinking that the best thing to do is just to go ahead. I got a little smuts on there. Is to go ahead and just use an ivory. Ivory. I have too many containers of paint now, you guys. I started dragging them all out, making sure they're all out here. I used to just grab a couple and be like, oh, I'll just work with these colors, right? Not today. Today we have the rainbow, everything. Okay, so I'm doing the whole board. I'm pulling this all up. I'm going to go ahead, get this on there. Try to get those lines out of there. There we go. No, they're still, I could see them on the camera, but it'll be okay. Let's bring it up. Let's figure out what we got here. We worked hard. Now it's time to reap the rewards. Alrighty. So I'm going to grab a couple pieces of paper. I'll move that aside, and then I'm going to brayer on here. This is beautiful too. See, the combinations of colors that you use comes out on your brayer and the roll-off pad over here. I don't know why I like to do these. It's just part of the fun for me is to make a whole nother image on the back with whatever's left over. Scan them in, use them as collage sheets. Okay. You guys ready? Here we go. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Some of that's just not going to pull up. That's okay. But look at what we did get. Wow. So let's have a vote. You're working on a quilt in the yellow and gray? That's awesome. I'd love to see that. Let's have a vote. Who thinks that tan was or ivory, I'm sorry, not tan, was a good color to pull it with? Because now that you see, this is what, if you're wanting to learn the jelly plate, you have to look at this now and think about the layers that we did and why we put what we did where, right? Why we pulled it up with a lighter color so that these dark colors would stand out on top of it. Why we put the green in there first so that it was just a hint of an accent color. We didn't necessarily want that to be the color in this print. Sometimes it would be what you want to stand out. The letters in there, I really think are adding. That right there, this right here is my favorite. How it takes all the different, oh, that just is so deep. That green, I'm going to have to give Deb big props. It's just awesome. Look at that. Even from there, oh, you guys. This is so cool. So cool. Thank you. It was all you. I just was using the brayer, I'll tell you. So now we still have all of that, but let's start turning this to a blue feel because I really do need to I need to at least get one or two blueprints so that I can, I'm just going to do this. We're going to have circles in here. I need to have a blueprint for my collab Joya Blue. Yep, that one is done. Okay. Feels good. It's good to, now some of these will move a little bit, some of them won't, some of them will do whatever they're going to do, but they're still there. All right. Right. Just got my Mail by Melody products are here. You're going to have to start doing haul videos from me, girl, because I'll tell you, you have fun when you open those things, don't you? I'm letting this dry a little bit, and I'm thinking to myself, let's keep going with the lime green, but let's bring in, if I can find the direction I need to go, let's start bringing in some deeper blues and maybe a green that's a transition green. I don't know, I don't want ultra blue. I'm just making this stuff up as I go. I got a hold of Deco Art. I ordered it online, navy blue, and I've been really wanting to. Oh, thank you, Chris. I've been really wanting to try to get some of the prints in the navy blue that I could use for a couple of projects that I have going on, but I haven't managed it yet. So we'll see. We will see. Okay, so we're just going to put this green on top of this teal color. All right, so it's there now. It is there. I don't even think I'm going to break it up because I think it's pretty well broke up. I think that one came pre-broke. Okay, so then I am thinking I'm going to bring in this navy green. See, these are the things, and you don't, when you're doing it, don't overthink it in the first year. Don't overthink it. Spend a year throwing down anything that you want, anything that you feel. Look at it as therapy art or something, don't look at it as I need to make something that I can sell or that everybody's going to go gaga over. Just do it for yourself, and then the rest will all come together. I hated my prints the first 3 months. I was so disappointed with myself, and I feel bad now. Anyone that would come to me and say something, I'd say, hey, don't put so much pressure on yourself. It's something you have to pick it up and have to work with it. But I didn't. That's not what I was telling myself at the time. I was just giving myself a rough time. So we're just breaking this up, adding light layers, nothing heavy duty. I'm going to bring in this green, and then I got to decide what I'm going to pull it up with. But we've got the tail end of, or the bottom of the bottle of the turquoise blue. We have the neon green, which is my dupe for lime green. And then now I'm putting in, and then we had the navy blue, and now I'm putting in a marsh green. Definitely going to grunge it up even some more, right? Okay, so there's that. Now I got to decide maybe letters again. They looked really cool in the other one. It might be a theme today. Might be. This is what's fun. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Okay, pull that up. Move it over there. There we go. Okay, so we got the letters in there. So we have the letters from the darker colors together with the black, and then we have the letters without the black. They're very similar. There's just the black really. I wonder if I should bring black into this then. Gosh, I don't know. It's kind of got some spots now. If I bring black in, it's gonna really give it some depth. Hi, Emma. Alrighty, so I think I will. Let's throw a little black on there, and then we'll go from there, and we'll pull it up, and we'll see. Pull it up on white paper. I'm not going to put a ton. I just like in the areas that it would help fill in. There we go. Just go ahead and then we'll pull some off. But with what, right? That's always the question. There's always questions involved. What color? What stamp? What texture? What layer? What background color? What this and what that? There we go. Okay, so now let's do this because I am so excited. And it had those circles in the bottom, so let's try this. I had a coupon, the $5 off the $20 purchase, and these were 40% off. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do because I'm not going to put it on the thing. I want to peel it off of there. There we go. So I'm going to use it just like this. And I'm ready with my stamp cleaner. Not that this will do the greatest job, but this is a Lawn Fawn, and this cleans stamps really well. And you just get it wet. So I have that ready. I'm not always ready with it, but I am this time. Okay, so let's do this. But we don't want to put a square. So I'm going to press down in the center. Okay, let's see what we think about that. And then now I'm going to take my Lawn Fawn. Yeah, it's much better with ink, but it's working. If you use paper towel, then you're going to leave fibers. I don't even usually clean these that much. If they're for jelly plating, they end up just doing whatever they do. Writing down your order so I can try it myself. Awesome, Belinda. Very cool. That makes me happy because that's why I do this. I want you guys to try, because oh my gosh, you could do it completely different. I'm going to do this because I need this to not be quite so black right there. I don't know. Just a couple spots that I feel like they're going to stand out too much, right? I don't know. Okay. So white paper is right here. Now, what am I going to pull this off with, though? I could pull it off with clear, and we'd still have white back there. I could pull it off with gray. I could pull this off with orange if I want to. Literally, I could use anything, but we have to decide, do we want, and then maybe let's add some metallic again. This is really liquidy, so it's not, and we're just going to add that across in random ways to bring some shimmer into it. There we go. So that product, it's a fun one. It's Folk Art Metallic Pure Gold. And so it comes out liquidy. Excuse me. Okay, so now what I'm thinking is, do I want to pull it off with a light color? Let's look at what we did. This one, do you think this one would have looked better with only white? See, this is why I have to make decisions like this, because this is what it would look like right here, everywhere that the creamy color is. Sometimes that's too vibrant for me. It takes away from my grunge feel. So I will always either decide to pull it off with a different paper or paint. So I'm looking at this and I really don't want that white in there. I'm not happy when it does show up when I don't want it. And I usually will spray it with, I'll spray it with alcohol inks like this to tone it down. See that? That's what I'll do, because I don't like, if I didn't have white in, if I didn't intentionally want white in there, I don't want it in there. Cream. Gotcha. Let's do it. Let's do this color here. This is Vintage White. And I bought the big bottle because I thought that's a nice neutrally white that's not too yellowy, not too anything in particular. So here we go. This is going to be the one that we have to have enough on there to pull, but not so much that we can't still see the image. So we're going to go over it a couple times because there's thicker spots and thinner spots, as you can see. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So this is the white that we're going to bring it up with. Oh my goodness. This is the kind, I've never done this stuff before. These color combinations and the like that stamp is brand new to. Oh, this is beautiful. Very earthy. Do you see why I do that? You get to see a whole nother thing I wasn't even planning. And I love it. I might scan that one in. This one would be awesome for the back of grungy steampunk ATCs. That's what that one would be good. Okay, so let's get these edges down. Do what we need to do. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, ladies. You should be so proud of yourselves. What do you think? Do you see the green deep in there? Do you see the dots and the teal dots and the stamp dots? And there's this is really cool. So you see these little tiny, that's the stamp right there. And that was done on the second, Belinda, if you want to know, that was done on the second to the last layer. Okay. Work gets in the way of fun. Oh, Dorcas, I can't even imagine. Dorcas works a full-time job and still tries to do everything. Isn't that beautiful? Do you guys see the depth of that? How the green and the teal, let me see if I can get it just right. The green and the teal are popping off each other. I'm so glad I added the black. There we go. Now it's all crisp. Well, it was. Look at that. That's that marshy green right here. This is the marshy green back there. Oh man. That I'm just telling. And look, guys, nothing left on the board. This was, if I was to rate, this was a 9 out of 10 on a rating system. There's just a couple of spots that I would have to spray, but I don't even think I'm going to spray it with brown. I think I might try to find another color that'll work. I don't know. Oh my goodness. You guys are so inspiring. It is amazing. Okay, so let's do a true on full blue one so that I have something to share when it comes time for my collab. I'm going to be working on resin before then. I'm working on jelly plates and I'm working with a paper pack. And so just excited. Now, see, I was really disappointed. This blue is not opaque at all. It is very translucent, very thin. And so I have to use it accordingly, right? It's just not made to do some of the things that I need paint to do. So and that's okay. I'll use it for the other things that I need paint to do, right? Need to let that dry a little bit. Let's look around. So what I would like to do is I would like to come in with, like, let's see, this one is medium blue. And then we will grab the coastline. Belinda says, I wrote everything down as you did it. I think my biggest problem is no patience. I have to let things dry. Yes. So that's what helps is, Belinda, is watch TV or, you know, have a secondary thing going on. Like you could have 2 projects going on. Do your layer here and then watch YouTube or TV or something for, you know, a minute or 2, or go swap your laundry or, yeah, gouache. I think that it is translucent, but I'm going to be honest with you, I haven't worked with it, but I have tried it. I didn't like it. I prefer acrylic. So that's the only thing I can really say about it. But Belinda, sometimes if you're doing 2 projects, let's say you're stamping out cards for the holidays or something, do some stamping in between doing this. Just make sure you wash your hands or wipe the paint off or something. It just depends. There's other things. There's, like with you guys, I can just sit here and jabber about it, and that works out. This is a sky haze. These blues, I think I'm gonna work together, and I think I'm just gonna layer them up. And I'm trying to think what I'm going to use for a contrast or something. Maybe I'll do the black. I have not done black and blue together, so that might be what I'll do. Okay, so there is that. I'm going to bring in the letters again because I just really liked them. I did. Is that upside down? I don't know that I care. I haven't cared so far. Why start now? So here's the papers we were doing before. Now we get to see the blue. Isn't pretty. Oh, so fun. I love color. I do. Color, color, color. I love that every color can go together in some way, shape, or form, right? Colors I would have never put together before I got into jelly plating. I now put together on a regular basis. So luckily I have this black here. Do you remember when I said, oh, I don't want to get rid of that because that's some paint there. I'm going to grab it. Now is its moment. And I'm just going to lightly throw it in here because there's not much of it. But see, that's the thing, is I'm not in control all the time. I'm just throwing together what I have and letting the art do what it needs to do. So there we go. That's as much black as I had, and that's what I'm going to do with it. So I'm going to put this down on top of here, turn these over, roll that off, and then I need to break it up again. I'm going to do the circle. Well, I don't want to do the circles with that. I'll do the diamond shapes, this one. I'll do it lightly because I don't want to ruin my letters, but I want to muss up that black because it seems so solid, and I don't really want it solid. You see how much came up on there? There was quite a bit of it there. Okay, so we have diamonds, we have letters, we have more diamonds. We can put another color on there. Let's do this one. Maybe. I wonder if I want to look over and find a silver. Silver, blue, and black sound like they're good together. Dorcas says, I'm working, ironing, coffee dyeing scraps, going to make snippet rolls. Oh, wow. Wow. I was thinking about making snippet rolls with my neutral bits kit or bundles that I had put together. I ended up with some extras, and I thought, well, I'll just do a little video about them. So this blue is the Sky Haze. So I had the darker blue, a medium blue. This is just even a little bit lighter blue, and I'm putting that down on top of my black. Kind of try to make it look like rain, maybe like drizzle. Do you see that? I like that. You can control a lot with your brayer with a light touch. You have a lot of control. Okay, so now look at that. That's what I just rolled off. Isn't that cool? Just like that. Oh, I love this stuff. It's so fun. Okay, so now I'm going to put the dots in. Dots. They're not dots. They're circles. I'm going to put the circles in. But I'm not going to do them in any kind of uniform way. Right? They're just there. Wherever they landed, they landed. Again, that's something you don't want to overthink. Because let's say you look at it afterwards and you go, oh, I missed a spot. It looks bare right there. No problem. Take your stamp, put it in something, and stamp it on the actual print. Right? So that's options. Always options. Okay. So now, oh, this one is really looking good, you guys. But I got to find another blue, and I don't want to go lighter. I think I want to go more true blue. I want to get actual blue in there. So I'm gonna try true blue. Listen to me. Look at me go, ladies. Okay, so have I done letters? I've done letters, haven't I? Let's see. I don't want to mark on that one, honestly. I think I'm going to keep that one. I like the way that turned out a lot. A lot. Okay, that's the kind of blue that I want. I just want a kicker of blue, but I've got to figure out, maybe I will stamp that blue in instead of actually rolling it on. So let's try this. Now remember, ladies, I made this out of toilet paper rolls. Right? And I'm not going to press it hard. I'm just going to set it down lightly because I don't want it to make heavy marks. I just want it to bring in that blue. Okay, so there we go. So we use this instead of using it as what I would normally do, which is to take paint off and make noise in it, as I added very non-specific shapes. I didn't press it down enough to actually get those shapes. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over. Put too much of that blue down, bit of a waste, but it happens. Now I got to do that thing where we let it dry, right? And then I got to think about what I'm going to pull it up with. And I think I'm going to pull it up with just white because I don't want a warm color. I was thinking about silver though. I got to decide. I have silver, I think. Yeah, here's silver. So what if we put silver down, spread it out, and used one of my favorite things in the world, a Lego, right? So we tap that in the Lego, and then we come in here and just on top of everything, nondescript, non-patterned little batches of silvery circles. What do you think? I'll be honest with you. We have done some fabulous work today, ladies. This is just really good work. Some days, I'm telling you, I just throw stuff out there and I throw it at the wall and I hope it hits and I can call it something. But I, at the same time, I'm always just hoping for the best. And this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. So I'm going to pull this up with white, which is going to lighten it up a bit. And that's okay because I don't want it really dark. I just want it blue, right? Hi. How are you, Barbara? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have done, let me show you what we've been creating. The ladies helped me make this. This is a grungy teal blue, lime neon green, black, and something else I don't remember. But that is the image we have there. Yes, blended silver, huh? And then this one's a little darker. This one has the teal, black, lime green, and then a marsh green. Right? And then we did this one on packing paper. It didn't turn out like I exactly wanted it, but it would be good for collage or wrapping up a package. Let me get it this way. Definitely has my main thing that I look for is depth. Does it look deep, right? And that one looks deep. So I'm happy with it. So that helped me, showing you that helped me give this time because I needed to let that dry a little bit. And then what I've got to do is find a white, which I'm going to find right here, right? And I'm going to really quickly grab a stiffer piece of paper to pull this up with because this one is going to be a great one. My daughter had gotten a hold of these 18 by 24 pages. She had a ream of them. I don't know if it's a ream, but anyways, just one sleeve, I guess. I don't know. And so I just have been sparingly using them on prints that I know will be top notch. And this is one of them. Okay, so I am going to put white on here. I've shaken up my paint. Yes, Dorcas is going to move and she's going to be living her perfect life, which I'm so happy for her. Someday I'd like to move. We have everything's good. It's just I'm more in the city. We've been living here 18 years, and so I'm more in the city than I would like, which I think happens. You know, it's like your life changes, your goals change, your everything. And so I just don't really like being here as much as I used to. Okay, here we go. Pulling this up with white on white. And this is going to be my Joy of Blue collab image for my jelly plating. And then I'm going to work on some resin. And I have a couple bead projects because I did the blue box and I found some blue beads in there that I can work with. You're going to be moving too, Kim? Oh, you guys will have to keep me up to date. Make sure I know you're all settled in and okay. Oh, look at that. I have 2 pages. This isn't the paper I thought it was. Anyway, it'll be fun. It will be fine. Alrighty. Okay, I'm trying to make sure that I don't miss a spot. You guys ready? Da, 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 da. Oh man. Oh man. Check it out. That is awesome. Connecticut, Kim. Wow. I'm glad I took and got that other blue in there, because that did bring, like, you can just see a little bit of it, but it pops off of there. My favorite parts is where it looks like it's almost eroded. Oh, good, Kim. I'm so glad. Isn't that fun? Do you guys see how each paint kind of blended in and blended with another one, but yet you can still see each individual color? Not that that's the only way to do it. That's just in this particular case. Oh, yeah, you're going to have some cold weather there. There we go. Look at that. That's where we put in the toilet paper roll stamp. See that bit of blue right there? Anyways, I lost it. I had it and then I lost it. Oh, that's why, because I'm looking at the wrong side. There it is. That's what I was looking for. Alrighty. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm telling you guys, you have inspired me today in beautiful ways. Beautiful ways. Alrighty. So I'm going to just throw something on here to clean up the plate, clean off my papers. I'm going to get done, move on with my day. I can't tell you enough how much it means to me that you guys come out here. 50 below. What? Humans aren't supposed to live in places like that, are they? Isn't that like, is that the temperature on the moon or something? I don't know. That's drastic. Oh my gosh. So I had the white that was on the paper, right? Then I put that silver on there because I thought, what the heck? Let's put silver in front and then we'll put blue behind it. Maybe we'll make a lighter version, something similar to the one we just did, and then we'll be done. I always say that. I could do this. Oh, I used to sit in at least 2 hours, because it can't get boring. You're not doing the same thing twice, right? Different colors, different stamps, different layers. There we go. Break that blue up. We don't want it to be too much because we're going to layer up. Let's see if we can do this, and that, and that. There we go. Okay, so we pulled some of that off, so that gives it a little bit less of a full coverage with that blue. And now I'm going to come back in because I really enjoyed seeing the darker blues with the, yeah, that is so cold. I mean, you guys would probably think it's crazy. My friend Nance does, but I keep my house 66 degrees. And when you see me, like if I'm on a video conference with you or something, sometimes I will have a scarf and sweaters and jackets and everything on. But what happens for me is that there's times when I am roasting. So it's easier for me to put on a sweater than it is to get the temperature back down. But my poor husband and dogs, they struggle. Okay, so now we're going to let's do this one. Remember this one, the styrofoam? That just breaks it up a bit to where it doesn't have a flat surface. Whenever you put the next layer on, if you can break it up a bit, that's what brings it to where you can see the layers that came up behind them. That's why I do this. Now, let's get the letters in here. We've got them a little bit later than usual, but that's okay because this will be kind of fun to see what color combination these will come out with. So, you know what? Almost the same as last time. Almost. So I'm not trying to make them actually apparent. I just want them to be background noise, right? So I'm not trying really hard to make sure that the whole letter gets touched, or that the whole stamp even touches it. It's just background noise. Layers. So we've got dots, we've got triangles, we've got these are not triangles, but diamond shapes and that. And since we've already got the dots, I won't put this one in there, but let me show you this one, you guys, in case we can find something fun in the layers to do with this one. I normally would only buy one stamp. I'm cheap, but I could not decide between this one and the circles because Deb's here, yay! Oh girl, wait till you see. You looking? Wait till you see. So we did these two where we had the lime green in there because I bought this. And I bought a big bottle of black. So there is lime green, teal, marsh green, and black. And then this one has, I pulled it up with a tan color. But it still has that lime green. There's a lot, we put a lot more on the board than it looks like in the pool. I love it. I do. And then, but now because I have to get ready for the collab next month of the hashtag Joy of Blue, I told the ladies I'm going to pull off a couple blue ones real quick. So that's what we're finishing up here, and then we'll be done. There's silver on here. There is blue, and then a lighter blue. And then I think I'm going to pull it up with this very light blue that I have here. And then this one will be done. And then I will head off on my way. I'll tell you, I've had so much fun lately, you guys. That jewelry box, or the box of jewelry haul that I did, that was like having a birthday. That was so fun. I'm going to look into buying another one Friday. But if I can't, I'll just keep trying until I get one. But yeah, so now I'm going to try this. And I'm just doing it lightly with a bend, right? I'm not doing the whole square. Still a lot of paint on here. So I don't know how well it'll show through, but we'll do our best. And then I take the Lawn Fawn stamp cleaner and I wipe the paint off of there. Which I don't do every time in every video because I can't always find the thing. But I could find it, and I made sure it was wet today. Okay, so that's there. It's there a little bit. So I'm going to throw paper on here. Pull this up. And then I have my images for the collab, which I'm trying to multitask, right? So like if I'm doing something for YouTube, then it works for something else I'm doing. And then that works for something else I'm doing. And I'm really trying to get more efficient. We'll see though. We will see. So let's rub off all of this. Oh, so pretty. Pretty blues. Let's see if there's... No. Okay. So that is the end of all of the blues. This is going to be our last pull. But I'll come up with some more exciting... Oh, Deb, look at this. Hi, Chris. Aw, big hug, sweetie. Hi, Gigi. Oh, now I feel like I should stay longer. But look, we did this first. We did alcohol inks through a stencil and did these three. These are envelopes, and we did 3 of them. Trying to decide on making another boho journal kit, but this didn't quite. I don't know. I'd have to try again because I lost the whole spot there. Not that it wouldn't work and be, beautiful. And then I got mud here, but it's a pretty mud, right? If you're looking for mud, isn't that pretty? The detail that it does. So that is a stencil. Oh, thank you, ladies. Oh yeah, your wedding. You gotta get that wedding dress done. That's the way I felt, and I'm gonna tell you guys outright. Here we go. That's the way I felt about finishing up my last commitment with the market. Was that, oh my goodness, I got done with what I committed to, and now I can retire from that and just work at my own pace. Right? Does that make sense? So it's not definitely not a bad change. It is one of those changes that are just necessary. Like instead of it being, oh my gosh, my life went in the ditch, or oh my gosh, my life's 10 times better. My life is just in the same direction. It's just a little less retired. Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, Barbara's asking Deb if she's getting married. I think she's been married for a really long time from what I've understood. But I may be wrong. I don't want to assume. This one's pretty. Black would have been great in there. All kinds of different colors would have been great in there. But sometimes I just like a monotone to where I can, and I missed, yeah, this spot missed and right here. But I can zoom in with my camera and just get any part that I want when I'm doing digitals. There's still some black in there that was on the board. The circles turned out really nice. And then right here, those little bitty not weeds. What are they? I don't know what they are. What are these? I wonder if it has a name. Oh, where'd the thingy go? No, I don't see a name. No, blowing in the wind. That's what it is. So yeah, this one really good right there. So those will be a good one. Then I thought it would work out well, but I wasn't positive. You never know until you get it in here and try. But I thought those two would be good. And so far, the little blowing in the winds was good. The little bubble ones is just perfect, just perfect. And then I used this stencil, which I cut apart. It was the full alphabet, half of the alphabet, and 2 stencils. I cut them apart. I lay them on there, and I just wipe off a little bit, and then it creates these images here. When it focuses, there we go. And that image there, you can see the letters. I'm not trying to have you see the letter like you wouldn't go A, B, C, D. It's background noise. That's what I call it. This is also packing material that I took an iron. I had this little iron that you would do for quilting, and I measured them out. I don't think I even measured them out, honestly. I just put a ruler on there. Thank you, Mrs. Gigi. Oh, it's so nice to see everybody here. Oh, it just warms my heart. 49 years. I had a feeling, Deb. But so this one is just packing material and altered. You could do it with a serrated knife. You could do it with a hot iron. I don't know. You could probably do it with a lot of different things. This one I work with a lot. It is just a Lego, but it's my favorite. It's not too small, not too big, because I have the small, the medium, and the large. These are the 3 I work with the most. And as you can tell, I like dots. I like dots. I like circles. And I seem to like diamonds too. But, you know, what girl doesn't like some diamonds? This is made out of toilet paper rolls on a piece of cardboard. Let's see. This one we worked with a tiny bit today, and it just made a little noise in the background. It didn't really do anything. It just took up some of the green paint and mussed it up a bit. But that's majority what we worked with today. I had bought more paint. I got this. Sorry about my throat. It's starting to say, you've talked enough. I bought these 3 new greens. They're not all lime, but they were the closest I could get. So, and I really enjoyed working with them today. Is it green? Yes. This one is greens and teal with black. And this one is green, teal, black, and marsh green. Circles, I know. I love circles. So these are some of the things that we pulled off. Remember when I was pulling off the letters, and these are kind of fun in themselves, which I won't be able to find any more of them. I just got this one now. But these were kind of fun to see because when we were pulling it off, we got to see the colors that were blending together. And I would save this for collaging. So, and we used some gold and silver today because of the ladies. The ladies all were picking the colors. It was so fun. Please join me next Wednesday. And we'll do this again. And if you got something that you wish I would have done today, put it in the comments. I'll see it and I'll respond, and I'll go buy colors. I'll go figure out something, you know. It's like, this is how I have fun, and I like having fun with you guys. These I didn't get to today, but I had them out, but we will do it again. I've done it before. They work great. The Distress Oxides on the jelly plate, we just didn't get to it today. So we have so much fun ahead of us, ladies. I will see you soon. Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone.